good morning, or good afternoon, folks. My name is Losco, and welcome back to the video. Today's video, I'll talk about the one time that my coworker got into a fight over some numbers with a customer. This happened around 3 to 4 days ago, so it's extremely recent. And before you guys ask, no, it wasn't my coworker who started the fight, it was a customer. It's extremely interesting, and for everything that happened, let's just say that my coworker did win this fight. If you guys are interested in the video, or if you guys enjoyed it, make sure to hit the like, subscribe for more content. Let's get straight into it. For those who don't know, I work at a dealership, so we work with people almost every single day, all the time, and it's just a customer service job. So what happened? When this older lady and this older gentleman came into the dealership looking for a 2025 Camry, my coworker was up in rotation. It was his opportunity to talk to the customer and see what happened. So my coworker takes them to the Camrys that they were looking for. They enjoy the ride, they love the vehicle, and they love the way it works, the way it drives, all the features it has, because it was a Camry SE. So the Camry SE is, it's more of a sport edition of the vehicle, and let's just say they fell in love with it. They really did. They loved the vehicle from up, down, from left to right. They truly, truly did love this vehicle. So the customer told my coworker, hey, I'm ready to buy this car right now. I'm going to do anything I can to take this car home today. However, the customer wanted to trade in two vehicles. They wanted to trade in a SRT Scat Pack and a Nissan Altima. So this is where things get a little bit more complicated. On the Scat Pack, they owed around $54,000, and on the Nissan Altima, they owed around $43,000. For those who are in the industry, you guys know that when it comes to those type of numbers, those numbers are extremely high for vehicles that are 1 to 2 years old. So what my coworker does is he tells them, hey, I'm gonna help you to the best of my ability. Just know that you guys do owe a little bit more than what the market's worth. And the guy says it's okay, we'll try to figure something out as long as we can lower the payments on both vehicles to one vehicle. So they were paying over, I believe, $1,200 for both vehicles. And so my coworker says, okay, I'll try my best to assist you on that today. Let's see what we can do. So my coworker does an appraisal on both vehicles, and when he comes back with the numbers, let's just say they were happy at the first half of the numbers, and once he got to the bottom, that's when things took a turn. So basically, altogether, they received $74,000 for both of their vehicles, which is not too bad. However, their payoff was $119,000. So basically what happened was, yes, they paid off the Camry in full. However, they did have to pay off what they owed on both vehicles. So basically the numbers were around, with $15,000 down, they would have to pay around $1,400 a month. And let's just say the guy did not take that good news whatsoever. He said, hey, this is a scam. I'm paying off the car with my cars. It should be zero. There's no need for me to pay off my vehicles. You guys have to pay them off. So my coworker, he tries to explain to him, sir, it doesn't work like that. The way it works is that you do have to pay off what you're owed. It just transfers onto the loan of the vehicle. The guy said, oh no, you're just trying to scam me. That isn't true. You guys are just trying to make money. But reality was, we weren't even trying to make money. At that point, that was a realistic thing. Whenever you go trade in a vehicle, anything you own in the vehicle gets transferred onto the new loan. So the customer said, hey, I want you to pay off my car. I want you to give me the car for free. And that's how you can earn my business today. So my coworker tells him, hey, that's impossible. You would have to pay the bank $113,000, and realistically speaking, we can't do that. And he was saying, oh, I don't care, that's what I want, and you guys are going to give me what I want. The guy was extremely entitled. Afterwards, my coworker told him, hey, I'm sorry, but that's something we can't do. I can speak to my boss to see what we can do to lower your payoff, but giving you the vehicle for free and paying off your cars completely is realistically impossible. So the second my coworker said that, you know what this guy does? He gets up, grabs the table, and throws it to the side. My coworker stands up immediately and backs up. He's like, hey sir, there's no need to be hostile. If you're gonna be like this, please leave the establishment. We can't have you here. And that kind of made the guy more upset. So what the guy does is, we had a popcorn machine. I'm saying had for a specific reason. He grabs his popcorn machine and just throws it to the ground and breaks it. And he said, I want my car. I'm taking this car. Give me the keys. And so then my manager walks out. And my manager looks at him and it's like, hey, what are you doing? You can't be doing that. And he starts saying, oh, that my coworker is trying to scam him, that the numbers aren't real, that he wants the car for free. And he's going on this complete rant. And so this is when I kind of get involved. I step out of my little, shop, my little desk, and I'm staring at him, and I'm confused, right? And then he looks at me, and he's saying, "Do you have a problem, kid?" Because I'm like one of the youngest people there. I look like I'm the youngest one there too. So what I decided to do is I decided to be smart for the situation, and I keep my mouth closed, and I just don't say anything. However, my boss comes in here and he grabs him and tells him, "Hey, you have to leave. We can't have you here no more. We're not gonna complete our service with you. You're not welcome in this establishment anymore." So this guy, what he does is he turns around and lunges at my coworker. Thing is, my coworker, I'm not trying to glaze him or anything. Let's just say he's a very fit individual, and not to mention he is one of the whitest people you will ever meet. So when this guy lunges at him, my coworker stops him and tells him, "Hey, if you lunge at me again, I am going to make sure you are on the ground." Afterwards, this guy does not take the threat seriously. He believes that my coworker wouldn't do anything. So this guy lunges at him once again, and when that happens, my coworker grabs him and literally slams him to the ground. Ladies and gentlemen, when I look at the customer on the ground, this man's face is contorted. He is upset. This man just got embarrassed in front of the whole dealership and his wife. So what he does is he gets up, bursts it off, and he said, "I don't even want the car no more," with tears in his eyes, and he proceeds to walk out. Afterwards, I thought my coworker was going to get in trouble for this, but turns out he didn't. The manager just told him, "Hey, I completely understand why you did it. Just know that if it happens again, we might have to write you up." In other words, he was letting him go free because he understands the situation. So if you guys enjoyed the video, make sure to hit the like, subscribe to my channel. Every single like, subscriber does really help me. And like I said, if you guys did enjoy it, I appreciate all the support. And I'll see you folks next time. Peace.